So it's all about being a great businessman when you're doing content. So understanding what your audience wants and how can you deliver it to them. So how can I evolve my content is what I've learned in the last 1 year. Downside is that you won't ever stop doing it because you love it so much. But that's also the best part about it because you can continue it. There's no time to retire as such.
Like most of the earnings come from YouTube or your business. So hello everyone, welcome back. Today we have the one and only Ishan Sharma in our podcast. So hello Ishan, I'm Shanka Gosade and she is Likita. Today we are going to ask you some very tricky questions. So are you ready?
I am excited. Let's go.
So I'm going to start with the question. So I guess your first video was about 5 years ago. It came. It was about bits month 0.
Yep.
So like why did you make that video? So what made you feel like I want to make a video about bits? So what was the thought behind
Because
it?
I was so excited about what had just happened in my first month that I wanted to document that journey. And because I was watching so much content of like previous software or I should say college students, I thought that this would make up for a fun memory to look back on. And it is still amazing to look at what all happened in first month itself when I was in college. So it was a good thing to look back on.
These days many people dream of becoming a YouTuber. They'll think like this is the best job anyone can have. But there are certain risks to becoming a YouTuber. So what would you say, like what are the downsides of being in this field?
What is the risk to become a YouTuber?
Like the stress which comes with it, or you will never know what can happen. Some controversy may happen or suddenly downfall. So like have you ever experienced what do you say are like the bad things about this job, like content creation?
I don't see any bad thing as such. I just see it as an opportunity to build trust, to help people out, to create a community, to build a cult of people who believe in one cause. For me, which is skills over degrees, helping people understand the importance of skills, helping them learn those skills and become better. The downside is that you won't ever stop doing it because you love it so much. But that's also the best part about it because you can continue it however long you want. There is no time to retire as such because you can do it indefinitely because you love it so much.
So did you like ever feel like burnout or something?
I don't think so. I always learned how to evolve my content. Like last 9 months, I've done a lot of content outside of the country, going to different places. And I think that's a great thing because now I'm able to evolve and mature my content. And yes, that changes the views I'm getting and sometimes it is less, but that's okay because I'm trying to cater to more serious audience and I just want to experiment with a new piece of content. And so I think that's a great thing because if you're just doing what is working, then you are attracting the top of the funnel, but you're never satisfying your bottom of the funnel. People who have genuinely loved your content, they're expecting more out of it, they want to learn more and upskill and become better. But if you keep throwing them the top funnel content, then they will always be disappointed and feel that, okay, I learned this one thing from him in one video, but what now? He's just making the same content over and over again. So how can I evolve my content is what I've learned in the last 1 year.
Like you dropped out of college at third year, right, to pursue business. So like were your parents supportive of your decision and how was that experience back then?
How was my experience back then?
Yeah, like transitioning into business totally.
I didn't feel anything different because I was doing it for the last 2 years as well in pandemic because I was not attending most of the classes and I was just focusing on building my marketing agency, doing content on YouTube. So going to college felt like a weird transition because I had to then, right, it makes sense because 2 years you've been doing this every day. I wake up, I make videos, I try to get clients, try to hire people, and then suddenly there's this college who wants to get you back and attend lectures and do assignments and give exams and wash your clothes and like live that hostel life. And I was just not able to do it. It was just too much for me to handle, like doing that with YouTube and with the marketing agency. So I chose to focus on my work and then do that full time. So that's how I felt about it. I think I took that leap of faith when I came to Bangalore and I've never looked back ever since. So that was the best decision I ever made. It gave me wings to fly.
So if someone is starting out either like in content creation or business, what tips would you give them to, like, from your experience, what tips would you give them to make their journey better?
In what?
Either content
Pick
creation.
one.
content creation?
So if you want to make content, the best thing that I want to tell you is you will probably not get any views for a very long time. And there will be silence. 5 viewers, 2 viewers, 1 like, 2 like, and that will be there for the longest time, 6 months to a year. But that is the point where you are sowing the seeds, you are putting in the work, you are getting better, and you're experimenting. And because no one watches you, you can just make up whatever, right? You don't have to be worried about the quality of the content. As long as it's coming from your heart, as long as you're passionate about what you're talking about, you just put it out there and see how people react to it. And you'll realize that some videos are working better than the others. Some videos get more reaction than the others. Then you understand why is that, and is that a good video to make, and then how can you make even more of those videos. I realized the first few videos which were doing well for my channel were all the videos around free courses. Free courses from Coursera, free courses from Udemy, free courses to learn digital marketing, to learn coding from Harvard, from Stanford. And so I realized that these videos used to perform really well on my channel. So then I started figuring out how can I make more of these videos which will get me more views and attention, while also making other pieces of content which will create more trust in what I have to say and what my journey is. So I did that, and I think that is my biggest message to people who are starting content creation in 2025.
So in one podcast you said like you were earning around something 30 lakhs or something. So currently from your business and YouTube, like approx how much you're earning?
Good enough to come here and talk to you about what I've done.
Like most of the earnings come from YouTube or your business?
They come from everywhere.
This field, content creation, has been relatively new, like 8 to 10 years. So according to you, what do the top creators make?
So it's all about being a great businessman when you're doing content. So understanding what your audience wants and how can you deliver it to them. There are people who are at the top, meaning they have so many followers, but they are barely making any money because either the niche in which they are doesn't allow them to monetize as much, or they are just not good at building it into a business. So they are getting views, but they're not able to turn it into a revenue generating company. But then there are other people who are just doing very less views, but because the thing that they are selling is so high ticket, they're able to make a lot of money with that. There are all different examples, right? There are people who are making Wala, for example, he built a 8,000 crore company from that, and now he's buying other companies out. So he was able to scale it. He was great at understanding what my audience wants, which is help with engineering, with medical exams, with other things, and then how can I deliver it in the best way possible by becoming their friend. But then there are also examples of people who try to build something, but views hain, but they're not able to make it into a great product when they launch something. Most businesses that creators in India start are failing because either what they launch is not as great as the product which is available in the market. They launch, let's say, an energy drink. So the energy drink which is working in the market, which is Sting, is 20 rupees, and they're launching something which is 150 rupees, and they're expecting ki wo would be better than the Sting and people will buy that. People will buy it, but only if it is actually better than the Sting or the same price as the Sting. You can only go as far with your branding and with your when you're launching it, thoda revenue aa jayega, but then people will not buy it continuously. So for that to happen, it has to be a really great product. So for example, Niche Hair is a company started by Parul Gulati, and she was able to build a very good product which people genuinely liked. Great price point, solves a problem for people. The audience was great. She launched it, went on Shark Tank, made content about it. It's doing great revenue. She's building into a big business, and that works very well. There are also examples of people who are not able to do it well and effectively.